Hey guys, hopefully we're live. Welcome back to another crypto stream. And today, we have some good news finally. Now, even though this is not what you're hoping for, maybe, no, the case is not over. It's a little piece of recognition. And very often, these small things go a long way. Again, the small things matter, some people say. So let's quickly discuss exactly what's going on in that field and, of course, a lot more. As today's video is a very interesting banger. Actually, it's live. So I'm seeing whatever you guys are saying right now. And that's why I always enjoy live streams. We can see exactly what everybody's on about. So long story short, to not keep you guys waiting and so nobody can ever claim clickbait, let's quickly grab the most important piece of news, all right? Let me just quickly try and find it here. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So, apparently, Binance has changed their mind. If you guys don't remember, right? Most likely you guys do remember, but a lot of you guys do not. There's a couple of different entities in this world right now that are specifically behemoths on crypto. CoinMarketCap, Binance, which owns CoinMarketCap, and Cointelegraph. Now, over the last couple of months, we have finally seen a couple of things change. And specifically today, look at what was announced from Binance. What? I was literally covering for you guys yesterday that all these guys, specifically CoinMarketCap, don't want to support Ripple or XRP whatsoever. They're literally always excluding them from all these efforts and all these rewards and whatnot. And just exactly within 24 hours after I made that remark saying it was garbage for them to do so, maybe one of these guys just was like, you know what? Why are we always excluding XRP? And finally, I wanted to slam my my little desk, but I should not do that. Binance is giving up, I guess, in a good way. They're helping out for the XP community, which is nice. So apparently Binance just announced some new rewards in the form of XRP for users who participate in their Learn and Earn courses by taking an online quiz on August 24th. So basically, you're going to get yourself some free XRP for learning about crypto. Really? At the end of the day, guys, I'm not saying go sign up to Binance. I'm not saying go crazy about this. It's the fact that they're finally doing something again for XRP. Is this good things to come? Well, I want to go further into this article in just a second, but I want to remind you guys of something, right? I've been doing a lot of research into the crypto space, right? Because there's a lot going on. And I think right now, a couple of things are clashing, right? We're seeing a very detrimental situation over in China. Obviously, we've had the euro-dollar problem, which right now is at 0.99, which is the lowest point we've seen in a very good while, a very significant while. The case, obviously, the most important part about the Ripple case is happening in just a couple weeks from now, the September 13th or so. John Dean just gave out his op-ed, and again, there's a couple of small pieces, like, for example, the fact that OpenSea, there's an ex-guy at OpenSea, he's been charged for insider trading, but he's like, it wasn't insider trading. And this is a very strange one. The Binance CEO cautions against crypto exchange jitters as FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried responds. If you're wondering what this one is about, there's a very strange situation going around in crypto right now where Binance CEO is calling out crypto exchanges for literally losing you money. What these exchanges apparently are doing, and be very cautious with this, is they're making it so that your transfers, it's like, oh, it's clogged up, right? He's asked some VIP traders about this, and they confirmed it that it's known. They basically clog up your trades. So the moment that you make a trade, you very often have a let's just kind of what order should we do things? They're all so interesting today, guys. So you know what? Let's start again at the most important point of today, which, in my own opinion, again, my own opinion on the matter, is that Binance has finally changed their mind. You got to understand, Binance is the parent company behind CoinMarketCap, and as you guys have most likely seen from within the community, these guys are very often against XRP, and it's finally a nice venture in the right direction. This does not happen very often. So in my own opinion, it's a good step, finally some recognition. As recently reported by you today, Binance DeFi staking added support for XRP, which allows users to stake their XRP and earn up to 1.4% in APR. Binance has also announced the addition of XRP as a means of payment with the Binance card, making it available to over 60 million merchants globally through this integration. And according to on-chain analytics firm Sentiment, XRP is seeing notable whale activity as well as high optimism. In Friday's closing trading hours, we've picked up a spike of $100,000 plus XRP transactions that hasn't been equaled since May 13th. Additionally, sentiment is at the highest since April. Sentiment also claims that XRP sentiment is currently at the highest level since April of this year. It's actually pretty interesting, right? In terms of price action, you know what I always notice, guys? Whenever the prices go up, people are always excited about it, right? Whenever things go down, people are not excited about it. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are saying change the title? Let me check it out. Nothing is happening. Change the title. New XRP rewards. I'll change it for you, my friend. Then again, it's not about the new XRP rewards as an entity. I don't really care about the rewards on its own. It's about the fact that some things are changing right now. We're getting, and this is my own interpretation of these things, right? And let me actually phrase that to you so we're all on the same page. Whenever I make a title, right, it's what we're going to be talking about. What has finally happened? In my own opinion, right? And please let me know if you think this is not the right way of thinking. We've seen a lot of negativity throughout the space. And I've just told you guys as well. If, let's say half a year ago, we'd make a video about XRP, everybody would just be excited regardless of what it was about. Because there's a lot of optimism. Over the last half a year or so, this optimism has faded drastically. Many more people are just hateful and very sad, mostly because the XP price is not moving in the direction which they hope. My counter argument is, be happy you're able to buy at these low prices, but alas, this is the way that it's going. Now, we've seen specifically, as I stated a couple minutes ago, a lot of criticism from places like CoinMarketCap and Cointelegraph, with them just not supporting anything that we expected. You can kind of draw this line further with, for example, Ethereum, but those really haven't changed their mind. So CoinMarketCap and Cointelegraph, that's what I was trying to say just now. Now, pretty recently here, I think it was like a week and a half ago, we covered that Cointelegraph, again, let some positive articles go regarding Ripple's lawsuit. And now CoinMarketCap had one piece of shenanigans also about a week ago or so, where, well, people were pretty saddened, I guess, with the way in which they handled things, and Binance has not really been, I guess, adaptive of it too much, except for, of course, the whole card situation, which was a nice addition, which is also a surprise, by the way. But the fact that they're now paying out, you got to understand this properly, right? Binance, of course, is not doing this in the US department. But the fact that they are giving out rewards in the form of XRP, even though, as we, for example, have seen, right, that Sherman, people from within the US SEC, think every single exchange that has ever traded XRP should be handled properly. Binance US also took XRP off, but the fact they're still allowing, right, as an entity, to give XRP out to their participants. It's not as if this was a form of payment that was been there for years right now and they're, continuing on like this. No, they've just introduced this right now and it's going to happen in a couple of days. You got to understand how, I guess, bullish of a statement this is. If Binance thought, think about this, please. I have to change my title back. Remove the reward. The reward thing doesn't matter too much, right? No, it finally happened. This is my title. It's what it is. Think about it. If Binance really thinks, right? If Binance really thinks that it's a security, you think they're going to do this? Absolutely not. You might say, oh, but they're not situated in the US. They took it out from the Binance US part because that one is, I would say, too risky for all the right reasons, specifically because they wanted to go for an IPO. But if you think about it, right? Binance most likely knows as well if Ripple loses, this one's going to be horrific. With all the drama going on, maybe, this is just maybe, right? Maybe the best thing that they thought they could do is show a little form of utility as, for example, a rewards token. Even though it's not a main utility point, it's some sort of utility. To that degree, I'm going to say this is bullish. People can say, oh, it means nothing. Guys, the price doesn't have to move for things to mean something. Please get this strange idea out of your head that, oh, but the price didn't move, so it means absolutely nothing. Oh, but Bitcoin is not going up, so that means nothing bullish happened. Oh, get back to your little cave, my friend. All right. These things move slowly, and specifically with cryptocurrencies, this technology is so new. A lot of these changes, they don't represent in the price just quite yet. You can say, for example, this right here, Chinese banks slash key interest rate in bid to bolster stalling economy. How are these things affecting crypto? Are they? It's hard to say. Are they affecting the stock market? Maybe the stock market is down, so Bitcoin is down. That's quite logical. We can interpret this in one of the easiest manners because we know how these systems work. They've done so for decades and decades and decades. Then again, what exact influx means what for the stock market is also hard to say because we've not seen a recession, for example, the last decade, and that's the only time that Bitcoin has, for example, been alive. But the point being, we don't know how these major economical events are going to actually influence Bitcoin over the next couple of years. And the same thing goes for XRP, the same thing goes for all these others. What we do know, though, is that, for example, XRP/Ripple making some great progress. Again, we have one of the most important dates coming up in about 3 weeks from now, September 13th, as we have the first parts, the motions for summary judgment, after which we're going to see a lot of new news. Okay, you know what? Let me do, because you guys are right. Whenever I'm saying it's finally happened, let me try add something at least to it. I'll add bullish Binance news to it so people understand it's not about the lawsuit. You gotta understand though, guys, if I'm putting in the title, it finally happened, and then a Bitcoin thing, if the lawsuit has ended, you'd probably see me butt naked, you know, somewhere just screaming at the top of my lungs with no thumbnail, XYZD, whatever, as a title. You think I'd be able to clearly sit here speak to you guys? If that's what you're thinking, you haven't watched my show enough, my friend. No. So I definitely not be capable of doing that. So just understand that, right? This is a very mediocre title. It finally happened, referring to the fact that things are changing. Why? Well, we've really started to see a couple of spirits in the crypto space. Who was his name? Ryan Selkis? I think so, right? He's also all of a sudden starting to support Ripple in the lawsuit. These people are noticing. The lawsuits are staggering. We've had 12, I think, crypto lawsuits, or specifically SEC complaints recently. Everybody's talking about this overreach. There's more and more, trading, or at least commission entries. There's more and more criticism pieces regarding all this illegal activity going on, insider trading, but also specifically, I don't know how you call this, against jittery trading practices on exchanges. There's more and more complaints. There's more and more fear. Crypto is at a really, really important point right now. And the fact that the people are starting to feel it right now, it may be leading them to showcase a little bit more support for Ripple. So things are looking good in that degree. I should actually turn a couple of lights on, because I'm noticing that this is becoming, it's going to sound strange, but this is becoming too white. So if I have a lot of lights on, it's going to just reflect the nice colors back. Otherwise, it showcases, you understand what I mean, right? Or I should sit back. Maybe that also works a little bit better. Avalati says there's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling when XRP moons. But there's a very big distinction to make. Let me actually turn a couple of lights on here, though. So then we can actually hopefully see things a little bit better. So one important thing to say, I'm not sure, can you guys actually hear me when I speak from here? Say yes or no, just quickly. Can you guys hear me? I think so, right? I'm not too far away. You guys should be able to hear me just fine. But let's say this. Let's say it differently. What did the person just say? The person said, it's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling. This is so annoying to me. Oh, you guys can't see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. This thing at the bottom here has been messing up my brain. This price, I don't know who thought this would be a good idea to have the most epileptic type of counter ever in the world. I'm not sure why I'm staying there either. So one of you guys said, let's see again what he said exactly. There's going to be a lot of... Where is it now? I cannot find it anymore. Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling when XP moons. Why did that just happen? Let's think about this one. Let me see what I can do. Again, all right. The Dusty PC in action. What happened? Why is this turning off? Okay. I think we're good to go. Not so sure why that happened. Not so sure if that will happen again. But I guess we shall see. Let's hope not. Yes, huh? What's that? Okay. Strange stream. Couple of strange influxes. Okay. Good to go, hopefully. Continue on with my story, though. All right. So people keep saying, like, oh, once the price pumps, it's going to be fun and party again, and all things are going to be good. You know what I really think is a big distinction people forget? it's a lot about the progress that we're seeing in the midst of things, right? Specifically, for example, now that Ripple is being sued by the SEC, you have one of the craziest opportunities to get yourself some cheap crypto right now as it stands. The fact that right now there's such crazy recession fears, right? For example, like this happened in China. Chinese banks slash key interest rate in bid to bolster stalling economy. The situation is crazy. This is actually not even a bad thing, yet the things are falling drastically. Maybe the U.S. is worried. Then again, the U.S. is probably not too worried because otherwise the U.S. dollar would not be doing this exceedingly well. Again, right now, a euro is worth less than $1. All right? That doesn't happen very often. That does not happen very often. So the fact that that's all moving on around at the same time, things are strange. In terms of Bitcoin, that's also partially what the title was about, right? What is going to happen in the near term? What's happening just quite now? Or what's next? What's next up? Let me quickly zoom in. No. How can I get rid of the epilepticism? Who thought of this? Make this like removable. Okay, if I zoom out enough, you guys can... I'm going to be the one horrified. You guys can't see it anymore. You see, you know, why would you make... Oh, there we go. We can also just zoom in like this and nobody will be in trouble. There we go. Whatever. It's going to be like this then. So, Mt. Gox's Bitcoin hack refund date and details. When are they going to be refunded? When exactly will things change? So, at first, we did not have any details whatsoever, right? We only knew it was going to be August, and actually, that's still all we know. I decided to look up the entire agreement again, and I'm not sure if this is an updated agreement from this year now. It says July 6th, but the majority of this looks the same as what we saw last year. And when looking through the document here, after reading a little bit of it, we're seeing the rehabilitation process or plan. And honestly, it's the same situation as told before. A lot of these articles are clickbait explaining that this is going to date revealed and date revealed this, that. No. Rehabilitation trustee may, if necessary, for the implementation of the rehabilitation plan, and with the permission of the court, set a period during which the assignment, transfer, succession, provision as collateral, or disposition by other means of rehabilitation. Claims are prohibited. The assignment, etc. restriction reference period. Is the title now good, by the way, guys? I changed it to It Finally Happened, Bullish Binance News, plus what's happening to Bitcoin right now. Are you guys fine with that? Give me a little thumbs up or thumbs down, or just say yes or no. And I'll just change it accordingly. You know, I got to think with you guys. If you say it's too clickbaity, I'm going to change it up. You know, at the end of the day, if you guys don't think the title is right, we have to both agree on this one, right? We have to both agree. Sometimes I think you guys are wrong. But in this case here, if you guys are saying, nope, it's stupid, let me know, man. Always. I take the honest criticism. Dusty, you're looking kind of dusty, my boy. Tell your barber you need a cut. Yeah, I mean, it's not that much a priority, to be honest. Doesn't matter too much if my hair is like this or clean again. I mean, who gives a crap? All right. Hello, I'm a crypto holder. Nobody looks at the hair anymore. It's like, just kidding. All right, so following discussions with the court, you know, you pull up in the Ferrari, nobody gives a crap about the haircut anymore all of a sudden, I noticed. I'm like, what? Following discussions with the court and in accordance with the rehabilitation plan, the rehabilitation trustee plans to set the assignment, etc. restriction reference period from approximately the end of August this year until all or part of the repayments made as initial repayments is completed. So from approximately the end of August this year until all, so it's going to start next week maybe or so, which honestly, logically speaking, right, is why Bitcoin should follow the stock market. Because hey, wait a minute, I'm noticing the camera is a little dusty as well. Should I like go ahead and go for a cleanup, or are we good? Are you guys saying, nah, you know what? It's going to be what it is. So I'm looking at it, it's a little bit dusty. And the reason that it's that way, by the way, is because man, oh man, is it hot, all right? And when I say it's hot, I mean I'm sweating my balls off. It's not like a little bit hot, like, oh, I'm a little bit warm. No, I'm like baking in this little goofy ass town, all right? I'm baking in here. Why? Because air conditioning is not a normal thing in every country, apparently. You think so, but apparently it ain't, and I'm also surprised by that. So, yeah, yeah. So then, whenever you put the phone on your legs for a second, boom, sweat. All right. Honest answer. Do you wanted that truth? I don't think so. Did you get it? Absolutely yes. Yeah, so let's just move on with some more topics. I don't know. Binance CEO cautions against crypto exchange jitters as FTX SBF response. This is so freaking weird to me. Binance CEO has cautioned traders. He basically just said, hey, everybody, some exchanges out there are trying to tickle your butthole a little bit. Be careful. So, has cautioned traders about the infamous practice of jitters taking place on many crypto exchanges. The remark comes on the heels of many exchanges receiving cease and desist letters from the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, one of those exchanges being FTX. A malpractice spread across exchanges. Right now, there's the speculation going around, note speculation, that Binance is talking about FTX in this, called jitters or front running. This phenomenon involves a user's sell or buy order getting stuck on an exchange, with newer orders moving ahead in the row. Considered illegal in the traditional stock market due to it being a form of insider trading, which again we have more news on today, the practice is not illegal in the cryptocurrency industry, since all the information is publicly available on the ledger. Not only did the Binance CEO call out the malpractice, but he also claimed to have contacted a few VIP traders on the said platform. He did not contact me, all right, just so you guys know. Even though I'm a VIP trader on a lot of platforms, I got no message. So unfortunately, I can't tell you guys anything firsthand. Unfortunately, I also have not heard of anybody who got this message. And most likely, when he says VIP traders, we're talking, $100 million a day that they're trading, or $100 million a week. That's what I'm thinking. Who else is Binance CEO going to reach out to? A little fry like us? Peasants to his majesty almost? Okay. Apparently, they told him that they were aware of this new practice taking place. He stressed that bad players need to be fought off. He's basically just, ratting out his other exchange brothers, but the bad actors, which I think is good, He's a rat for the right purposes, like a Robin Hood. Now, although Zhao did not name the crypto exchange in this tweet, not sure if it's one or many users interpreted it to be an attack against FTX, which is scary. But when somebody asked Sam Bankman-Fried whether or not it was talking about him, he said, no, our exchange is user agnostic and we never change order priority, which at the end of the day would be kind of stupid if they did, because that stuff gets found out eventually, right? There's only a couple of exchanges that could actually get it done, and those are the ones that don't have the best of the best, I guess regulation just quite yet, but FTX is way too big for these types of practices, right? If they keep on doing this, it'd get found out rather quickly, be such a big scandal. He can't afford that. He doesn't want to afford that. They're making enough money as it stands. However, there's a little bit more reason that people are believing it, which mostly has to do with the fact that, well, he got a cease and desist letter from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. So people are like, yeah, it makes a little bit of sense, and I understand that as well. By the way, guys, if you're watching the stream right now, we are at 71 likes. Let's get to 150 or something like that. If everybody watching this right now presses that like button, we are instantly at 150. And if you're watching this after the fact, still press that like button because I appreciate it. And also, Tommy is back in the chat. Welcome back. Guys, from now on forward, if you're coming into the chat, always just say hi so I know you're there. And you're not just creepy watching me, all right? Say hi. Present yourself. I respect that a lot. And then I try to... Oh, I think it's like a washing machine type of sound, even though there's none. It's maybe like the water or something like that. Like when the water heats up, there's some crazy sound. Or maybe it's somebody else. It's like somebody. Imagine this, guys. Imagine we're just doing a little live stream, and some guy just falls out of my roof. Who's gonna be more shocked, you or I? I don't even know. At this point, so many crazy things have happened on stream. I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. All right. There's a big ass window there. At some point, I'm just expecting something crazy to happen. All right. I'm not trying to mess myself up, but sometimes I think, man, it's gonna happen on stream. You know how many? Even if you guys remember, I did a stream. I think XRP did really crazy, or we had a positive thing in the lawsuit or so, or we made a really juicy trade. I don't remember. If you guys remember my champagne pop, boom, broke, at least messed up my glass on my phone. If you guys remember that, just bought. I think it was around October when the iPhone 13 came out. Bought it, and boom, a couple days later, knocked it out. Then we've had, I think, 3 glasses fall over. We've had a couple of bottles fall over. We've had the microphone. We've had. What did we have break? I think we broke this headset it's laying down there. It's broken last stream, I think 3 streams ago or so. Things go wrong. Why? I don't know. We broke a keyboard before. We break a lot of stuff for some reason. Even though I think my streams are like as calm as could be because we're talking about crypto. It's not we're not talking about some MMA fight somewhere. So that's kind of interesting to a certain degree. All right, everybody's saying where they're from. I always appreciate that. We have London, we have Mozambique, we have Phillies. Is that Philippines or is that Philadelphia? We have Cyprus, we have Manchester, UK, we have Norway, Rotterdam. What's up, my friend? That's about it. See you on Satoshi Island. Dusty bought the NFT as well as the STC from Las Vegas. Yeah, honestly, I'm not too happy with the performance of that thing. I still have the NFTs, though, which were pretty expensive in my opinion. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? I bought a couple. Bought actually a pretty good chunk of them. We'll see what happens. It's a good initiative, and they've told me, and they're actually based in Dubai, I believe, right? That they actually officially own the island and everything already, which is thinking to me in my head, like, okay, this one is one I got to go for and try it out. Specifically, people in the US have a very big advantage, I think, of trying other passports. If you're a crypto multimillionaire, right? Let's say you have a net worth of, pick a number, $10 million. In the US, if you keep earning, and even if with all your capital gains taxes, you're gonna have to get rid of a lot of money. So a lot of people in the US, they want to go for different passports, for example, in places like Vanuatu. So yeah, that you can basically get a passport there and not have to pay your tax in the US. Long story short, there's most likely a lot of other hooks and nails or whatever attached to it, but that's the long story short. I know a couple people have done it. Again, for me, it's not necessary, but for some people, it might. I just like the place. If it's a crypto-centered island, I need to be involved in some way, shape, or form. I can't leave myself out of that. As a crypto, I like to claim I'm a crypto guy, but apparently not. Light some sage to calm your house, bro. I think my house is okay. It's not, whatever. I think it's okay. What do you think of from Richard Hart? I think he's a marketing genius, no? I don't know him personally. Crab Friend says, crypto is us. I think he says either M or right now. That's always a difficult one as well. Is this an M or an RN? It's an M. Crypto is us. Oh, you guys can't see it properly. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, another couple things I have to say just before I forget. All right, first of all, let me actually do this on the side here because I had a couple of troubles with my PC earlier. All right, first of all, this is important. Join the Gleam giveaway. $10,000 I'm giving away in a couple of weeks. 2 more weeks left. Join it right now if you haven't done so yet. All right. Make sure you go ahead and join this. Second of all, let me quickly put this out on Twitter that I'm streaming. I forgot about it. Ooh. Oh. Okay. I put it over on Twitter. Good. That's done. That I'm live to make sure that because you guys said, okay, no, never mind. It's good. Third thing is I'm actually hiring a lot of people. I'm talking a lot of people. All right, I've done this a couple of times before, and very often I don't follow up because we find the person in a snap. So if you've not been contacted, even though you contacted me before, we most likely already found the person in a snap because crypto jobs are apparently pretty easy to fill as long as you are not looking for a developer. I'm looking, all right, for every single thing I've noticed. So if there's a skill in digital stuff that you're good at, contact me. Just for now, just contact me over on Twitter. That's fine. All right, contact me over on Twitter. I'm going to take a look at everything, or at least somebody's going to take a look at everything in a couple of days, or over the next couple of days, I'd say. For example, if you're a script writer, if you're an animator, if you're a voiceover actor, however you say it, all this stuff. If you're an editor, right? You name something. If you're a website guy. In terms of music, I don't think we need anybody. Don't need a music producer. I already got the best one, I think. Or at least one of the best ones, maybe. But yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, sorry, my friend. I appreciate you reaching out, though, my friend. I appreciate that. I can make some dang nachos. All right, my friend. I am going to claim those one day. Bang nachos. Let's not read that one out loud. All right. So if you're wondering, by the way, John, I think it's haunted, guys. I'm going to leave this off today because if I turn it back on, I'm afraid something's going to blow up in a little bit. You know what? We're going to just cut our losses and accept that this screen is going to stay off today. Is it the best aesthetic? No, but it'll have to do. So maybe I should just kind of change this a little bit to like this. Yeah, it's fine. It will do. It'll do for today. Okay, it's a little bit strange. Not sure why my setup is messed up like this. So John Dean said a couple things. When the summary judgment motions are public, we'll see evidence, right? We talked about this. He also recently talked about the op-ed from Gary Gensler. And right here, I think he gave his response. So Charles Gasparini over at Fox says, Gary Gensler's SEC's gross overreach. John Dean fires back at Gary Gensler over crypto regulation, CC Ripple. We talked about this before, and you gotta understand, one of the most important reasons why we think that this lawsuit is so garbage is partially also what this video is about, is that they're claiming that XP has no utility. Even recently, guys, I have a critical example. People got angry at CoinMarketCap for not including XRP as having a DEX, which was crazy. Where is it now? Is it in this simple list? So there is this DEX list, I think, that's over in CoinMarketCap. I'm not sure exactly where it'd be, though. Maybe category? Let's see here. Decentralized exchange. Whenever you look up this list, you can see here, Uniswap, Stellar, Torchain. XRP is not in there, even though the XP Ledger had theoretically, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, had the first, I think, right? The first actual decentralized exchange ever. So it's kind of interesting that then CoinMarketCap decides to not run it. Then again, maybe this is an independent list, which could be so. Maybe it's not CoinMarketCap deciding it. Fair enough, that could be, because there's a ton of these things, right? But then I'd still think that anybody who made that list is particularly keen on excluding XRP from this list because it's just objectively wrong. And you might say, oh, but it's their own incompetence of just not knowing. But that makes no sense. If you are capable enough to make a list of decentralized exchanges and you do not include XRP, but you have things like frickin' Cofix in there, Crodex in here, one swap, right? And you can go on, Party, Octree Finance, Eggplant Swap. And you don't include XRP, that's garbage. So the fact that Binance all of a sudden got a pretty positive statement and all of a sudden it's pretty adaptive of XRP, as I said before, it's really positive news. I was not, I guess, the best at titling it, but I personally think it's a really big deal. I guess we'll have different opinions on that one. Hexagon says, why are you using CoinMarketCap? They lie. A lot of it has to do with because they track the prices quite well, I'd say. A lot of people might think, okay, but CoinMarketCap is garbage, and they messed this up in 2018, for example, when they excluded the Korean exchanges and whatnot. True. Is CoinMarketCap good? No. For a lot of different things, they're absolute garbage. Little fun fact, I don't follow them back on Twitter, I think. Maybe I'll follow them back eventually, but I don't believe so. Let's see. Have I followed them back? I betrayed myself then. CoinMarketCap. Please don't say I've done that. You see? Right? I've never decided to follow them back purely because I thought they were posting garbage, and I don't support that. I've shown, however, live CoinWatch for a long time, and I just noticed their prices were less accurate than CoinMarketCap every now and then, pretty often. So, and since at first I had a really good relationship with the other website, with Live CoinWatch, and afterwards they were just never replying anymore, I was like, I don't feel any loyalty towards you guys. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to show what's most accurate. And even though I don't like them, they have a lot of good, they track the prices the best. And you got to understand, the majority of people are using this cap. The majority of people look at these for their price answers. So if I'm using something else, it's fine, but I'm only negatively affecting myself. Unless they're doing something inherently wrong, which is being unethical, but not really effective to the price too much. Maybe for XRP if they decide to exclude something, but at that point I'll talk about it, and then most likely we will not use it. So can I say I support it? No, screw them. But are they good at doing what they set out to do? Pretty much so, yeah. There's no one that is bigger than they are, so it's just the most easy. And regarding this one, ex-OpenSea employee wants first NFT insider trading case tossed. It's an interesting one, all right? A former employee at the non-fungible token marketplace OpenSea has asked a federal judge in New York to dismiss charges that he engaged in insider trading, saying prosecutors stretched the law to plant a flag in the blockchain industry, which again is what we claim Gary Gensler is doing as well, right? We literally claim that he's just trying to get as many lawsuits out there on different cryptos to make sure that the more that they lose, the more that the SEC wins in terms of lawsuits, the more that they can also just grab more and more and more. It's like a little spidery nest. DJ in the chat says, yo, I learned my lesson back in 2018 with Cryptopia. They stole my shit. Now I got my crypto off the web, so I'm 100. Did you know that my worst ever hack, I think, was also Cryptopia? I call them Cryptopia because they stole all my money. Yeah, that was awful, man. Even though I did not notice it too bad, at the moment, it was not a lot of money that was lost. But it was only a couple of years afterwards that I felt the pain. So, for example, I had so much, you guys can understand, I've been in crypto for a long time. I have a lot of Dogecoin. Well, have within brackets. I had a lot of Dogecoin. But the majority of it was on Cryptopia, which got shut down. You got to understand, Dogecoin, when it got shut down, was worth nothing, basically. Let's say, I'm not sure what the return on Dogecoin was, but it was really almost worthless when I bought it. And then when I looked at it a couple years afterwards, after my money was lost, it was like, ooh, that stung a little bit. Again, I don't envy. I'm not jealous or anything like that. It doesn't matter too much. Money, it's just money, right? It's too bad, I guess, but it is what it is. It's not something I would sit over for too long. It's just thinking about that I could have saved myself all this trouble had I just taken care of my own coins. And some people think, no, it's not worth it to be your own bank because there's too much responsibility. I think about it this way. If you're not responsible enough to take care of your own money, I don't think you're responsible enough to actually be to even be called an investor. Because of anything, please let me be responsible for my own money. Because nobody can take care of my money better than I can, is what I always think about, right? Not sure if you guys agree with that either as well. But I think ain't nobody in this world that I trust more with my money than me. Ain't nobody. Ain't no single person out there. Yeah, I'm sure about that. So, if then because I had one of my best friends, right? One of my bestest friends. I offered a little group of my friends to give them all a ledger, right? And I gave some a ledger and some did not want it. Why? They said they don't want the responsibility of holding their own crypto. They'd rather just keep it on pick an exchange, Binance. And at first I was like, what? And then afterwards I start to understand. These guys, albeit that they're investors, they're not primarily investors. They just want to have some crypto, forget about it. For that reason, though, I'd say it's fine. Unless you get the same situation that I had, where at some point it might just be $50,000. Okay, let's do it a little bit lower. It might just be $500. But then at some point you look back and it was $10,000. The $500 might have been neglectable for you, but the $10,000 would have been a nice little bonus. And for a lot of people, this threshold is different, right? For example, with the Dogecoin, it was still good money, but that didn't matter too much to lose it because it's like, oh, it's a hack, so your understanding of it. Same thing with Luna, right? If you guys remember how much money I lost with the whole Terra debacle, it's like, it is what it is. To some degree, what helps me as well is thinking that I was never the worst one involved. For example, I lost a good amount of money, but then I hear Rand's story, and he was at our Monaco trip. He was so down. I was like, why? But apparently he lost $100 million that week. Think, you know what? I lost money, good amounts of money, but this guy must feel way worse. What am I crying about? That's not the right way to watch things, but I think about it in a sense of, yeah, actually it's not that bad. Nothing. It's just money that you lost. You'll get it back. You learned a good lesson, and the lesson is more valuable than anything, albeit that you'd rather not have it happen, which is why I like to control my own money, I guess, point of the story. So apparently the guy was charged in June with wire fraud and money laundering over allegations that he secretly bought NFTs he had chosen for OpenSea's homepage and sold the tokens at a profit once they had been featured. The case was the first to allege insider trading in digital assets. Chastain has pleaded not guilty, and he's apparently going really heavy at it. The government would have this court believe that if an employee is at work, has a thought, and then acts in accordance with that thought, then the employee's thought, in and of itself, is the property of his employer, his attorneys wrote. Not sure exactly how that's supposed to come along. However, the thing that makes these things so difficult is, what are NFTs exactly? Are they property? How can there be insider trading if he's buying something which then gets featured, for example, right? Is it insider trading? Well, in theory, yes, but in another degree, no. So in a certain sense, if we have an actual exchange, for example, if Apple, I'm just thinking about it. While I'm speaking, I'm thinking about it. If Apple has a couple of employees and now it's different though, because NFTs, what exactly are they? He's buying the NFTs. Apparently, they're in the interest of many, and he knew that. He kind of thought they were going to get featured. He's the one applying them to be featured. They get featured and he sells them. Is that insider trading? I guess so, because he's utilizing information known only to people within the public and then utilizing the company's assets to promote his own financial gain. But it's kind of a slippery slide. I can understand why he's trying to appeal that. I'm also not sure if he'll win this, though, because I'm thinking the SC has a pretty open and shut case. If I'm already having trouble thinking about whether or not he's right, a traditional judge is going to be like, no, it sounds pretty illegal to me. Stamp. Because I kind of don't see his point, actually, when I'm thinking about it. The way I'm thinking about it is like, he picked NFTs, he's given them up for saying, okay, these need to be featured, so he buys them, then they get featured, and then he sells them while he has the power to do so. Yeah, that sounds like insider trading to me. Not sure how exactly he's trying to appeal this in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I don't fully understand his story either. The wire fraud part, I don't know about that too much, but the wire fraud statute outlaws schemes to obtain property, and the U.S. Supreme Court has increasingly limited what falls in the category. Justana said, he argued that the ethereal and commercially valueless decisions to highlight a specific NFT is not property. I guess I disagree. The case raises another novel legal question, whether insider trading in items other than securities or commodities is a crime. Yeah, it's a difficult one, but I'm on the side of the SEC or whoever went after him in this case here. I'd say as well that this does to me sound like insider trading. It's literally a garbage. If it's not insider trading, I still think he needs to go to some sort of, penalized jail or whatever the frick. You might say, oh, yeah, he's just using things in a smart manner. No, this is a douchebag thing. Yeah, 100%. This is garbage. Mike says, it was totally illegal what he did. He knew they would be featured on the front page and took advantage of that. You're talking hundreds of thousands of profit. Zod says, next thing you know, the government bans your Twitter account and freezes your bank account. Now that ledger sounds real nice. So in that sense, banning my Twitter account has nothing to do with that. And, my bank account being frozen also is not going to matter too much. If you had it on an exchange, it's still going to be on that exchange, which has nothing to do with what you said. But indeed, one thing that's always so scary, to just have everything you ever had just blocked, right? The only thing which you can literally have all the control over is your own money in this sense. Almost any other thing another party will own, another party will have control over. The only thing you can really have your own control over is money, which wasn't really a thing before unless you had cash. But cash is, in theory, right? You can have sort of a, not an infinite money glitch, but you have how people right now remember their credit card numbers. In theory, you can recognize or remember your seed phrase and actually have access to money all around the world forever without anybody being able to take it from you unless you spit out those freaking letters, right? Unless quantum computing comes along and changes the game, but you guys understand. NFTs are worthless if you don't own the copyright. That's a big debate for another day, because it's very hard to say whether or not copyright actually applies to NFTs, even if they're being resold. It's a very difficult one. The dollar is prospering. You guys can't even see the full scope of that. Look at that. It's doing amazing right now, which is funny, huh? You'd think that with all the strange printing in the U.S. that would not work that way. Bitcoin going down, dollar going up, or I guess vice versa. Dollar going up, so Bitcoin deteriorating in terms of value. Whoa. In terms of value opposed to the U.S. dollar. NASDAQ falling, S&P falling. Things are not doing too well. Guys, we have a... the dog has represented himself again. What's up, my friend? Moonman says, I missed the pump it up live streams. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Those were exciting times, man. But things are not pumping today, Do I miss those live streams? Absolutely freaking yes, man. But I'm not going to sing a pump it up song when things are not just going absolutely nuts. If things are starting to pump like crazy, we're going to just be screaming there, swinging those freaking shirts to the air, going wild. Again, you guys got to remember, if the lawsuit actually settles, you don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. But most likely I'm going to be naked, going to get banned from YouTube and just party like crazy. We'll do something crazy. I'm not going to incite anything. Please stay within the realms of whatever is legal. But things might get crazy that day. Because that would be awesome, man. If we get a settlement, I can't even imagine it, really. Can you guys think about it? Just a lawsuit settlement? That would be awesome. Then again, right now, I'm using this opportunity to buy as much crypto as I can. And man, oh man, is it freaking hot in here. I'm noticing it's freaking hot. Ooh, I'm almost starting to sweat. It's almost starting to drip like a little baby. Dusty, do you think we'll pass all-time high if we get settlement? Get out of here, my friend. Do you think we'll pass all-time high? If we don't pass all-time high, I'm gonna have to throw some punches somewhere maybe. At that point, we've been scammed. It feels like. Gifting securities just like free stocks on eToro. Okay. Dusty, all the bags of bones. Not sure what you're saying. And you're long XRP, right? That changes every now and then. So my long positions, they're not on forever. So I had my conditional buys that I explained earlier to you guys to always make the best use out of the XRP settlement, which is going to be a very, very profitable strategy. But I'm not always long. I basically try to open up a position and sometimes close them up again to open another one. In theory, though, you can always be long because, I mean, buying it is longing, right? You're basically expecting the price to go up, but then you're doing it with leverage. In theory, I'm long XRP in the sense that I'm bullish on it, but if you're asking me, do I always have a long position open? Not always, no. But as often as I possibly can. Whenever it's smart to do so. Let's add that there. Oh, by the way, guys, again, if you're watching this stream right now, make sure you press that like button. I think we're actually going to cut it short. I want to still run to the store real quick and actually grab myself a little burger or so. I'm not sure when these things are going to close, actually, around here. So, might have to just quickly run out and get myself some. I still, taco flavored kisses. I read that. I still actually have a video coming up over on Shiba and XLM. I've been stalling that, but I have to get it out. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, tomorrow another stream, of course, guys. Every single day I'm going to be doing live streams, as I said before. So, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Make sure you tune back every single day, because there will be at least one live stream a day. If I don't do a live stream, just know something happened to me or something happened to my computer, because it's showing a couple of signs of some troubles. So, yeah. But that was it for today's stream for right now, all right? Maybe I'll do another stream in the late night. We'll see. If I do, I will update you guys over on Twitter. And I'm surely going to try still get my interviews done, like, for example, with John Deeden, with Jeremy Hogan and stuff. I'm going to email them most likely today or tomorrow, and I'll get the results out to you guys as soon as I have them, all right? That was it for right now. Talk to you guys later. Peace out, everybody.